The rain in Oregon never asked for permission. It just came quiet at first, like a whisper, then steady, relentless, washing over rooftops, sidewalks, and the fragile edges of people's lives. That evening, it was pouring harder than usual. And inside a modest suburban house in Salem, something far heavier than rain was falling apart. Martha Lewis stood in the hallway, her fingers trembling around the handle of her worn brown suitcase. The zipper was half broken. One corner was torn. It had traveled with her through 30 years of life, marriage, motherhood, loss, and now, apparently, exile. "You're holding us back, Mom." The words didn't echo. They didn't need to. They landed like a final verdict. Her daughter, Emily, stood across from her, arms folded, jaw tight, eyes cold in a way Martha had never seen before. Not even during teenage fights. Not even when Emily had slammed doors or shouted. This was different. This was final. I don't understand," Martha whispered. Emily exhaled sharply. "We've talked about this. You can't stay here anymore. Jason and I, we have plans, big ones, and we can't keep taking care of you." "Taking care of me?" Martha's voice cracked. "I cook, I clean, you slow us down," Emily snapped. And then it happened. Emily grabbed the suitcase from Martha's hands and threw it toward the front door. It hit the wall with a dull thud before collapsing to the floor. "Move out." Silence. The rain outside grew louder. Martha stared at the suitcase, then at her daughter. Searching for even a flicker of hesitation, there was none, just impatience, just distance. Just someone she no longer recognized. There was a time when Emily wouldn't sleep without holding Martha's hand, a time when she'd whisper, "Don't leave me, Mom," even if Martha was just going to the kitchen. Martha remembered every detail. She remembered the night Emily had a fever of 103, and she stayed awake for 36 hours straight, pressing cool cloths to her forehead. She remembered working double shifts after her husband died in a construction accident. Emily, only 6 years old at the time, she remembered saying no to promotions, to relationships, to dreams, because Emily needed stability, because Emily came first, always, and now, "You're holding us back." The sentence replayed in her head like a malfunctioning recording. Martha bent slowly, picked up her suitcase, and walked to the door. "Where will you go?" she asked quietly. Emily didn't answer right away. Then, without looking at her, "I'm sure you'll figure something out." The cold hit immediately. Oregon nights had a way of seeping into your bones, especially when you weren't prepared for them. Martha stepped onto the porch. Behind her, the door closed, not slammed, not dramatic, just closed. Like she had never existed inside that house at all. The rain soaked her within seconds. Her hair clung to her face. Her coat, too thin for the weather, did nothing to protect her. She walked. No destination, no plan, just away. Streetlights flickered above her, casting long shadows that stretched and twisted across the wet pavement. She passed houses filled with warmth, yellow lights glowing through windows, silhouettes of families inside, laughter she could almost hear. She kept walking. And then, after what felt like hours, she saw it. At the edge of town, past the last row of houses, there was a structure Martha had never noticed before. Tall, sleek, silver. It didn't look like anything else in Salem. No signs, no lights in the windows, just a single glowing panel beside a heavy metal door. Martha stopped. Her instincts told her to turn back. But something else, something deeper, pulled her forward. She stepped closer. The panel flickered. Then, suddenly, a voice. Identity scan initiated. Martha froze. I'm sorry," she stammered. "I didn't mean to." Scanning complete. The door hissed, and slowly it opened. Warm air rushed out to meet her. Inside, The building was nothing like she expected. Bright, futuristic, screens floated in midair. Lights pulsed softly along the walls. The floor beneath her feet felt almost alive. "Welcome, Martha Lewis." Her heart stopped. A figure emerged from the shadows, not quite human, not quite machine. Tall, smooth metallic skin, eyes glowing faintly blue. "How do you know my name?" she whispered. The figure tilted its head. "You have been expected." Over the next hour, Martha's understanding of reality unraveled completely. The being introduced itself as 17, an artificial intelligence designed to oversee a hidden research facility. But this wasn't just any facility. It was a temporal observation center. They studied timelines, human decisions, alternate realities, and anomalies. "You are one," A17 said calmly. "An anomaly?" "Yes. Your life path diverges significantly from all predicted models." Martha laughed weakly. "My daughter just kicked me out. Doesn't feel very special." A17 stepped closer. "In 94.7% of observed timelines, you do not survive the next 48 hours. Silence. The rain outside suddenly felt very far away. "We can offer you an alternative," A17 said. "What kind of alternative?" "A different path." Martha stared at the glowing screens around her. Each one showed glimpses of her life, past moments, decisions, regrets. "Why me?" she asked. "Because your emotional resilience exceeds projected thresholds. Because your sacrifices have created ripple effects beyond measurable scope. Because you matter more than you believe." Tears filled her eyes. No one had said that to her in years. A17 extended its hand. "If you accept, you will leave this timeline. You will enter a controlled reality where your skills, your experiences, and your strength will be utilized." "Utilized how?" "You will help stabilize collapsing human systems across fractured timelines." Martha blinked. "That sounds dangerous." "It is. And if I say no, you return to your current path." The implication hung heavy in the air. 48 hours. Martha closed her eyes. She saw Emily as a child, loving, running into her arms. She saw the years of sacrifice, the love, the pain, and the moment, the suitcase hitting the wall. When she opened her eyes again, they were different, stronger, clearer. "I'll do it." The room lit up. Energy surged around her. Her body felt weightless, then heavier. Then something else entirely. Memories flooded her mind. Skills she had never learned, knowledge she had never studied. "You are now designated Stabilizer Unit M01. A17 announced. Martha gasped, her reflection in a nearby panel. She looked the same, but not the same. Her first mission took her to a collapsing city where time itself was breaking. Buildings froze mid-fall. People repeated the same moments endlessly. Martha, no, M01, moved through chaos with calm precision. She didn't know how she knew what to do. She just did. And for the first time in years, she wasn't unwanted. She was needed. Mission after mission, Martha grew stronger, more confident, more alive. She saved families, prevented disasters, stabilized entire realities, and every time she succeeded, one thought echoed in her mind: "You're holding us back." But now, she knew the truth. She had never been the problem. After what felt like years, but was only days in her original timeline, a 17 approached her again. "You have exceeded all expectations." "What happens now?" she asked. "You may return." "To my old life? Yes. Or remain and become something greater." Martha hesitated, then she smiled. "I think I need to go back." The rain was still falling, the same night, the same moment. Martha stood outside her daughter's house. But she wasn't the same woman who had walked out. She knocked, the door opened. Emily stood there, surprised. "Mom? You're still." Martha stepped forward, calm, strong, unshaken. "No," she said softly. "I'm not the same. I spent my life thinking I needed to prove my worth," Martha continued. "To you. To everyone." Emily looked confused. "What are you talking about?" "But I don't anymore." Silence. "I'm not holding you back," Martha said. "You just never learned how to move forward on your own." Emily's expression faltered. For the first time, she looked unsure. Martha picked up her suitcase, not because she had nowhere to go, but because she chose to leave. "I hope one day you understand," she said. And then she turned and walked away, not broken, not lost, but reborn. Epilogue. The woman duo saved world somewhere beyond time and space. A17 observed the timeline. Subject M01 has achieved full self-realization, it recorded. And in countless realities, a woman named Martha Lewis continued to appear, saving lives, restoring balance, proving, again and again, that the ones people underestimate are often the ones who hold everything together.